Our client, RACHI Consumer Goods Trading, is a local B2B supplier providing essential operational materials like office supply, IT solutions, and janitorial products to schools and organizations. Currently, they rely on manual processes like phone calls and paper track, which results in slow fulfillment and difficulty in tracking real-time inventory.
Problem statement and objectives. Currently, RACHI operates through manual processing, relying heavily on phone calls, texts, and paper-based tracking. Because there is no centralized digital platform, order management is highly inefficient. Clients cannot view available stock or pricing in real time, creating a back and forth communication loop that severely delays procurement. Furthermore, manual inventory tracking dramatically increases the risk of stockouts on critical items like printer, toner, and bond paper. To resolve this, our main objective is to replace these manual workflows with a centralized digital ecosystem. We will build a categorized product catalog featuring both an add to cart option and a request for quotation flow for streamlined ordering. Additionally, an admin dashboard will automatically update inventory during transactions and generate sales reports to track fast-moving products. UN Sustainable Development Goals. Our system also aligns with broader sustainability targets. First, we support SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth. By digitizing operations, we help a local SME scale up and reduce manual labor hours so staff can focus on growth. Second, we address SDG 12, which is responsible consumption and production. The system dramatically reduces paper waste by completely digitizing receipts, purchase orders, and inventory logs. Scope of the project. Finally, let's define the operational scope. The system handles the full order-to-fulfillment cycle, including registration, browsing, checkout, and order status updates. It manages the digital tracking of stock levels and accommodates B2B logic by separating standard orders from bulk quote requests. To maintain focus, we have set a few limitations. The platform is exclusively web-based with a responsive mobile view. No native mobile app will be developed. To minimize security risks, we will not process real-time credit card transactions, opting instead for cash on delivery or manually verified bank transfers. Lastly, the system will track order statuses, but it will not integrate with third-party courier GPS tracking.
Moving on to our functional requirements, the system will feature a digital catalog with smart filtering, which allows users to easily browse and sort products. We are also implementing a dual-mode smart cart, which is a standard checkout for regular items, and a quote request mode for bulk or custom orders that will require admin approval. On the back end, inventory will automatically subtract upon order confirmation, and admins will receive immediate alerts whenever stock drops below set thresholds. Finally, clients will have full visibility of their orders through a transparent tracking timeline. For our non-functional requirements, we prioritize three main areas, which are performance, security, and usability. To ensure a smooth experience for bulk buyers, the catalog must load within 2 seconds. Security is strictly maintained, that is, the system complies with the Data Privacy Act, uses bcrypt for password hashing, and restricts sensitive client data strictly to authorized admins. Lastly, the interface is designed to be fully responsive, ensuring warehouse staff can seamlessly manage orders on the floor using tablets or mobile phones.
Okay, moving forward, I'll briefly cover the database design for our project. Our ERD is structured to solve RACHI's main challenge, which is handling both the standard purchases and the bulk business to business negotiations within a single system. The foundation relies on the products table for our automatic inventory tracking and the users table to securely manage the identity and access for both staff and clients. And the most important section of our architecture is how we handle transactions. We opted for a parallel transaction structure to accommodate the two distinct buying behaviors without them interfering with each other. First is the standard flow. This is for the client side. Using the order and order details table, this handles the fixed price supplies directly purchased by the clients. We also included a lock price attribute to guarantee that historical receipts remain perfectly accurate, even if catalog prices changes in the future. Now, second is the quotation flow. Using quote and quote item tables, we built this specifically for the bulk wholesale or custom items like corporate giveaways. So this acts like a digital negotiation ledgers. So by separating from quotes and standard orders, we ensure that pending requests don't accidentally deduct from our live inventory before an admin officially approves the final negotiated price for that quotation. So that's about it for our ERD.
Alright, so for this section, I will briefly explain our sitemap. The RACHI e-procurement platform is divided into four main areas: authentication, client portal, admin panel, and the system or shared features. So the authentication manages user access. New clients register, and both clients and admins log in through a shared entry point that redirects them to their respective dashboards. The client portal includes the client dashboard, my orders, order tracking, and my quote request. It also contains the public storefront, starting with the landing page leading to the product catalog, where the items can be filtered by category. From the product detail page, users can either proceed with the cart and checkout or submit a quote request form for bulk orders. The admin panel, on the other hand, is restricted to authorized individuals or staffs. It includes the admin dashboard, order and inventory management, product management, RFQ management, and sales reports for monitoring platforms. Finally, lastly, the systems or shared section includes the notifications for alerts and search for quick navigation across the platform.
Now let's move on to the wireframe. Currently, we have a low fidelity wireframe, and we would like to take note that the layout and some design are bound to change only because of the client's wishes and requests. So let's move on to the demo video. Once we go to our browser and search up RACHI's, of course, webpage, we will be greeted by the landing page. And take note that this landing page can be accessed by users even though they do not have an account in RACHI's database yet. So as we can see, we have a welcome back and a create account page. So let us see that what's the content of the landing page. So we can see the category and the feature products and the footer where we can contact RACHI in different platforms. And let's move on to the catalog. The catalog will have the products, of course. We have the search bar, the filter, and the search button. We can browse by categories or by all the products, and an example of corporate giveaways that they were able to give before, and other filtering options like the price range and stock. So let's say we want to view a product's details. We will see, of course, the title, the model, the brand, the price, if it's in stock and how many units is available currently, how many quantity we want, and of course the pictures. So let's say we want to add that to our cart. We will be now, and we want to see our cart, we will see this page. This page shows us what's in our cart, how much each is, and um, how much each product is, and if we want to cancel or subtract quantity, everything that we can want to edit. So the next is the shipping information. This is all the necessary information that RACHI needs to be able to deliver the products onto the customer's doorstep. It could be either cash on delivery or a bank transfer transaction. So let's say user clicks payment and confirm, they will be redirected to another page. So this is if the user wants to request for a quotation. Like let's say they want to, as we said earlier, corporate giveaways. That's a bulk order, so that's a different set of information needed from the customer. So in this page, that is all the information they need to input for RACHI to be able to deliver their needs. Okay. Now let's move on to the wireframe. Currently, we have a low fidelity wireframe, and we would like to take note that the layout. Now let's move on to the admin view. Of course, in the admin view, we will be greeted by the dashboard as soon as the admin logs in. Dashboard is the summary and the most important things that the admin needs to know. Of course, that includes the orders today, the low stock alerts, and the recent orders. The next page that we will be talking about is the orders. Under orders is of course the detailed breakdown of every order that the website received currently. And then the next is for the requested quotations. It's a different set of page compared to the orders because as we said earlier, it's a lot more items compared to just a regular order. Now let's move on to the next page, which is the products page. This is where the admin can add products that users can browse onto the web page itself. They can edit, archive, and of course, add quantity if they have in stock. And for the inventory, this is for the low alerts feature. This is how they can track what they have currently. And of course, the sales report, a more detailed breakdown of the sales report compared to the dashboard. Now let's move on to the admin view. Of course, in the admin view, we will be greeted by the dashboard as soon as the admin logs in. Dashboard is the summary and the most important things that the admin needs to know. Of course, that includes the orders today, the low stock alerts, and the recent orders. The next page that we will be talking about